Center pitch here with Seb, Sandro, and myself, Marco. Uh, we had a little interesting nugget today. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, Gary Neville getting hired by Valencia. Just give you a little bit of background on it for those who don't know. The owner of Valencia is Peter Lim. He also owns a small club locally in Manchester. Forgot the exact name of it. Something Salisbury, not Salisbury, whatever. Salford City or something. Uh, it's like a sixth division club. Peter Lim owns like 40% of it. Gary Neville owns like 15. Ryan Giggs is also part of it. David Beckham's also an owner. Phil Neville is also an owner. Phil Scholes, whatever. Although pretty much all of the '92 academy team from Man U owns that team, and so they already knew who Peter Lim was. Phil Neville, his brother, was an assistant coach at Valencia, so there's also that connection as well. Gary Neville will be taking over. He's also will still keep his job as an assistant coach for the English national team with Roy Hodgson. He was also previously a commentator on Sky Sports, especially on Monday Night Football. I think this is a pretty decent hire. I don't know about you boys. I know you guys don't watch a lot of La Liga, but Valencia do have actually a pretty decent young team. They are slacking a little bit in eighth, and I think that's why, obviously, the previous coach got fired. But for Gary's first job, this is a pretty good one regarding talent-wise, what he could do with the team. Seb?
Yeah, it's huge for Gary Neville. Risk for Valencia, though, obviously hiring someone that isn't experienced, I guess, enough at a top level of coaching. But for Gary Neville, it is good for him, and I think he has a really good team, which gives him a good chance to succeed. I actually never knew that he was staying on as assistant coach of England. I actually never knew that. That's interesting. But I guess right now he has put his full focus on Valencia because that team is good. They have the potential to obviously come top four in La Liga. Maybe not win it, obviously, with Barcelona and Real Madrid, but they do have the potential to win a lot of games, come top four, and I think he is a good he might be able to do it. But it is what it is. It's a risk. It's always a risk to hire someone who doesn't have the coaching experience. So but we'll see what he could do.
Where the bar is set for him, really, because I think the media is looking at him like almost like a David Moyes,
Yeah.
especially the Spanish media.
Mhm.
The bar is set so freaking low of what David Moyes did at Real Sociedad. And I
Mhm.
think like he can do better than that.
Yeah.
The contract is only for the end of the season. Like
Yeah. That's what I find weird too. It's
he could
not
walk
long term.
he could walk away. I don't think that the club wanted that. I actually think Gary Neville wanted that. I think he only wanted to do like if I don't like this, I'm going straight back to being
Mhm.
being a TV personality. I think because I think he really loved it, and if he doesn't like it as like he could bring Valencia to a Champions League spot, and if he doesn't like it at all, like he'll go back. I'm not surprised by that at all. Sandro?
Yeah, the duration of the contract very interesting. Like you said, only basically 7 months until the end of the season. I think the hardest thing for Gary Neville will be the language barrier, especially coming from England to Spain. I think David Moyes also had
Supposedly
some
he knows how to
problems.
speak Spanish. I think I was reading
Oh,
something that
really?
he actually like not like amazingly, but like
But like
he knows
he's
like
got some knowledge.
yeah.
But I think that language barrier was a little bit of a difficulty for Moyes as well. But like Seb said, Gary, great hiring for Neville himself. I mean, good place to start in your coaching career. I mean, well, as a head coach. But there's the potential if it works out, you can prolong the contract. I think it's not a pretty good deal for both sides. Gary Neville gets to try out a head coach position, see how it feels. If it works out, can extend the contract. Same with Valencia. I mean, either they move further in the standings or below, but they're not going to get relegated. So, you know,
Well,
not a bad
I
deal.
think one interesting little thing I think is after Gary Neville got hired, his odds went up 3-1 to be Manchester United's next permanent head coach,
Oh.
which was I might take those odds. Van Gaal said he's going to leave after next season, so it's either going to be like Giggsy or some other dude. But I don't know. I think those odds 3-1. I mean, he's the top guy right now. We'll go on. Giovinco decided to win MVP because he's the man. Seb, we'll let you start off with this one.
Yeah, no, it's It's deserved, right? I don't think it comes really. It just shouldn't come to a surprise, right? Giovinco has changed. I think no one meant as much as he did to a team. When you look at it, when you think
To a team, to MLS, to
to
MLS,
them,
forget the
yeah, just
team, forget
even
the
that
team,
too.
the
Look what he's
league,
done to the
the
MLS in just
league.
one season. He kind of brought it like there's people like I was reading today that he was on top 100 list for 442.com in England, right? Top 100 players of the 2015. So that's huge, right? So he's really expanded not just Toronto but the MLS too, right? And he means so much to the league, so much to the team. So I think it's deserved, right? What 22 goals, what was it, 16 assists? So it was
Yep.
an amazing season. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't question what the league did to give him MVP. He deserves it, no doubt, no doubt. It shouldn't even be questions.
I agree completely. I'm always going to be. So I know you might take this the wrong way, but for MLS to grow, I honestly think players like Josie Altidore, Michael Bradley, and Giovinco should be playing some on MLS team within the U.S. I don't
Hmm.
know how you're going to take that, but
Okay,
it's honestly what I believe.
I can see where you're
If the
coming from.
MLS wants to grow further, because Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver are all Canadian cities, and they all have their own MLS teams. I think their fan bases are incredible. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but we don't have those fan bases, those same exact fan bases in other cities that we do in MLS. And I think what MLS is trying to do is just grow the fan base as much as possible. I think those three guys that Toronto has would exponentially help out the rest of the league if they were in somewhere else. It's the only fault I have for those for Giovinco or for because like I feel like Giovinco would have done this anywhere.
oh yeah, no, no. Anywhere. Are you just talking like anywhere in the MLS? Yeah, he would
Anyone
do
else?
it anywhere, right?
Sandra?
Obviously, completely deserved. Giovinco, unbelievable season. Barring any injuries, he'll become the best player in MLS history for me. Obviously, that's a little bit down the road, but the potential's there. He's still 28, great player. His highlight reel from this year is just spectacular.
Scary good. Scary good.
It's great to watch. It's you can see how he's enjoying himself and how much he loves the game, and it's a pleasure to watch.
I said this before when you watch that video after they lost to Montreal about that we even posted when he's walking to the team bus and the Montreal fans are yelling at him. And like he came back and then he like on to get in a fight. I was like, that's Giovinco. He actually gives a shit about Toronto actually losing a game. And that made me feel so good about where the MLS is heading and
Mhm.
where soccer is heading in North America as well. Seb, anything else?
That's what, yeah, no, that was what I had on that. That's what I love about him too, his commitment to the team, his commitment to the league, right? Like when Defoe came here, he just kind of, like in my opinion, he just came here for the money, right? It was strictly money. And obviously Giovinco, when he got the offer, he thought, yeah, that's a lot of money. But at the same time, he does have an idea and he wants to stay here for a long time. He wants to help Toronto grow. He wants to help the MLS grow. And I think that's what also comes with that award too, right? So I think it's really good that he is MVP. And one highlight from his season, I'm just going to my favorite memory from him all season was he on Tuesday he played with Italy. The next day he comes to Toronto, was in Rome the Wednesday morning, got to Toronto around 4:30. Game was around 8 o'clock 7. He played and scored probably that was goal of the year, in my opinion.
Incredible.
That's
Incredible.
that goal is up for goal of the year, and I forgot what's the goal, but the goal of the year will be announced tomorrow. So we'll find out tomorrow if that goal is the goal of the year.
My,
One last thing about
And
Giovinco.
just
Go ahead.
yeah, like I think on to further your point, Seb, like Terry Henry would have like didn't even bring close to the passion, the ambition
exactly.
that Giovinco brings to a team. It's really incredible. We haven't really seen anything like this before. And you know what? I'm kind of excited for next year what he can do. It's gonna be even if anything, it's gonna be better.
He's here for the long term, and
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
everyone always talks like, oh, he might go on loan, might go on loan, but I always say like, no, you can see it in him. Like he loves being here in Toronto. He loves being in the MLS. He loves helping making MLS grow, trying to see grow. So it's great to see.
Yeah, one last thing. I watched the award ceremony today when he was named MVP, and
Yeah.
during his speech, He said he hopes to improve his English, so for his speech next year when he wins the award again, and that pretty much tells you everything you need to know.
All right.
Predictions?
Yeah, Sandra. What
Okay,
games do we got
so
today?
we'll predict and preview 3 games this weekend. We'll start off with Manchester United hosting West Ham. Seb, who are you going to take?
Manchester United, Old Trafford. I think they'll win. Prediction of the score. I don't think they're gonna kill them. I think it's gonna be maybe 2-0, 2-1 around there. I am gonna go 2-0. I think Manchester United are gonna win. I think this should be not easy, but a routine win in the books for Van Gaal and his side. I don't think West Ham will cause any trouble for Man United this weekend.
Seb, have you seen West Ham play this year?
Hammers,
No,
baby.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't. I haven't.
All right, that's why you're
Go ahead, Marco.
West Ham, Man U, 2-2. West Ham gets a draw away.
All right, I'm going to take. I know West Ham have a lot of injuries right now, but I'm taking them with a 1-0 win. They've taken down Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. They'll just keep rolling. I like how they play.
I love West Ham this year. They're awesome. They're like my sneaky, like little good team that I like root for.
They're my EPL team this year. Next up in the Bundesliga, we got Dortmund traveling to Wolfsburg. Seb, who you got?
Wolfsburg. I think it's. I saw a stat not too long ago, say like a stat of how many wins Wolfsburg have at home, and sometimes it seems nearly impossible to beat them there. And going along with, they're also a really good team too on paper and good coach and everything. So I think they're gonna win. I think it's gonna be a good game, 3-2, high scoring, good game. It'll be a good game, 3-2.
I'll
Marco?
say Wolfsburg 3-1. I just think there's more talent on that team, to be honest with you. Wolfsburg's home, right? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dortmund definitely has an advantage when they're at home, and away they're a little shaky. I'll take Wolfsburg here.
I'm going to take a 2 draw. I think there will be goals in this game. Both sides have a lot of talent, especially going forward. Should definitely be a good matchup. We'll see how that plays out. And last up, we got Valencia with their new coach, Gary Neville, hosting Barcelona. Seb, go ahead.
So after watching Barca slap Roma 6-1, I'm never doubting them. It's always going to be Barca. Barca's winning. I don't think they're going to win big. And it's also Gary Neville's first match, so you also can't expect much from Valencia, right? You have to obviously give him time to settle in. So I think Barca, easy 3-1 win.
This sucks for Gary. This
Yeah.
sucks. Imagine your first game. Imagine your first game in charge. You have to play Barca. Oh my God. I'll tell you what. It's not going to be as bad as Roma. I'll just say that it won't be as bad as Roma.
It won't be.
I think we see something from the Valencia players a little bit because, like, you know, when you have a new head coach, like he's going to give players a second chance, and we're going to see guys even work harder just to kind of get back in the team and impress the new coach. I think we see like a little bit, maybe 4-2 Barca.
I'm going to take 4-2, so I'll go 4-1. 4-1 Barca.
You're taking 4-1. I'm 4-2.
It would be nice. I can't even lie though. It would be nice to see Gary Neville beat Barcelona on his first day.
That would be
Okay,
incredible.
it'd be nice.
It won't happen, but like I
It
think.
won't happen, but it'd be nice.
All right, boys. Anything else you got?
I got some tidbits. Barcelona reportedly interested in Fiorentina's Federico Bernardeschi. Also, Mario Balotelli returned to training with Milan. Asamoah returned to training with Juventus. And I thought there was somebody else, but now I'm blanking. So wait, Seb, didn't someone return to robot training? Gervinho?
Oh yeah, Giovinco went to group training, did half group today, but also did half personal training. The goal is to have him start the Bate match next Wednesday and be on the bench this weekend versus Torino.
That's good.
I would also say for anyone out there that actually wants to watch some good soccer, some good football, Sunday MLS Cup final.
Yep.
Going to be a really, really good game. Columbus, Portland. I'm excited for it. I mean, Sandra, I don't know if I'll try and find you a stream, but you should definitely watch it.
I don't know if I'll be up that late, but we'll see. I would. I, mean, I might catch a replay of it.
Seb, you better be watching. I
Oh,
expect.
okay, yeah, I'll be watching.
All right. I was nice today. I was trying to be nice to Canada.
Yeah, no Canada trips today.
All right, that's it from Center Pitch, December 2nd. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good one.
Have a good weekend.